Hello YouTube, welcome to Sunday in the Shop, and we are starting early. It is a Wednesday, and it's going to be, well, right now in Omaha, Nebraska, it's 40 degrees, so, and the date, I can't tell you. Sunday was Christmas, we're starting a new week, the holiday's over. There. So go up to Wednesday, that'll tell you. The 28th. Anyway, we're working on this square thing, and this thing does not close all the way. You'll see in the future. No Allen bits. I get up, leave my cozy little comfy spot, and look for my Allen wrenches. Well, I got to think, well, I got some Torx, and this is the socket you get for your Torx for quarter-inch, and they do fit, as long as they're not real tight. Let me look around the camera. There. Don't do this on something where you're going to destroy something. We're going to see how, if it's really tight, we'll go find an Allen wrench. But this one's stuck up enough. I grabbed it with the vice grips when it was in there, believe it or not. That holds this blade. I don't know why they made this like this, but this thing is heavy. This is going to be a welding square when we're done. We don't need it for carpenter work. We have two of them for carpenter work, so this is going to be for welding. Why not? Think about it. You don't have to clean it up perfect. It's not going to be perfect. I'm doing a lot of hand sanding on this because I don't want to take no power tools to it. That's my little set. I've got the pawn shop for $10. I come home, they were $15 on Amazon, but they did not look this good. The top was not clear, and these were a real nasty frosted look. They did not look this clean. So, you know, they make stuff. They made a real good product for Christmas time, and then as the production goes on during the rest of the year, they just get a little bit more. And I'm sorry if anybody thinks that I'm dissing any particular name, because everybody does it, because you know this is made in China. Okay, let's get our ratchet out and get this apart. This is a nice little kit. I just keep it around with that, like small motors. I have quarter-inch sockets, deep welds, but I don't have no quarter-inch short ones that are good. So, I got a plus. I got my new ratchet when I bought it. So if I want to work on a lawnmower or something, I just can take this outside. Okay, stay tuned. We'll quit rambling and get some work done. Okay, we took the screws out, and this is your spacer plate that was in there. Here's where it pivoted. See all them lines? We'll smooth that. It ain't that unusual. You know, if I bet I put a square on this, we'll see how square this is. We'll see if I could have made this base as good as they did. I mean, it fits in there good. It's not. But if you kind of look at the ends, maybe it's my imagination, it's probably not. Well, I'd say it's not too bad. Machine work. I could have made that. You know, this gives you an idea. You want to make you a big giant folding square or something. Just look what this is, right? But make it somehow work and close all the way. You know what I mean? T-bevel square. Look them up, the wooden ones. I got that really nice ornate one of my long-time subscribers. It's got that really pretty brass thumb screw on it. Oh, I got it put away. That thing's probably, I'm guessing, late 1800s to very early 1900s, because it came from an Amish village area out of their flea market secondhand store. So you know that thing was probably old the time it made it to that little antique store. Okay, there you go. That's all you get. Let's get back to work again. Quick tip. I'm going to be sanding these. I'll probably put my crosshatch pattern, you know, like when you hone a cylinder wall in an engine, car motor. It's engine, but everybody says motor. Motor's electric, gas, or steam is engine. And I poured enough on there. The surface tension, if you pay attention how much you pour, it's not going to drip down the side. It's going to stay on the top. Believe me. It's like when the trick where you fill the glass of water clear to the top and almost bubbles up on the top. Yes, it does. Anyway. And don't worry about this dries when you're taking a break. Just put a little more on there. We don't have our gloves out here. We got to go run and get some. We're not going to, so we're just be careful not getting our hands. And this is paper towel. It's a little bit rougher. I use napkins, like for painting. See one back there. Bring about a small part of roll of toilet paper out to your shop. You wouldn't believe what you could sop up with that. There's another quick tip. You got small stuff you need to wipe off. Break out a little roll of toilet paper. You don't need a whole big roll. When the roll gets down the bottom, just swipe it. Nobody knows. Stealing toilet paper out of the house. See that? There you go. That was worth spending time. See, Sunday in the shop, I can take a little more time to do this. We're going to wipe this down and see what it looks like. We'll do some sanding. We'll bring you back each grit real quick. We'll show you the paper. That way, I'll still try to take a picture, but we're back to work. We want to get this part done. This is the part we're doing that's going to look really nice. This is going to be a lot of work. I don't even want to... Oh, I'm dreading that. That's nasty. That's an old rusted piece of metal. This is something that'll look nice and shiny when I'm done. Oh, 1 o'clock. Time to go back to work. Lunch is over. If you can hear it. Okay, we got to show you what 100 grit looks like. We only used one side of this to do this whole piece with 100. This sandpaper will break when you fold it. See that? And really bear down. I noticed when you go short like this, you get these little swirls from the sandpaper. It's not long lines like you think. You don't get the garbage. Try to go when you're done. Really get aggressive. You do not care if you put lines in there because I'm making this can look like it's machined. Look at that nasty stuff. Time to change my paper towel. So, and let you see kind of before and after. Okay, we're working our way up. We'll be right back with the next grit. Real quick, 150 grit. And this is the 100. See that? You're starting to get out. That was where it was crashed in, and I tried to see it. I had to take my diamond Dremel bit and get the scum out of it. Oh, when you got to start with your corset, get these corners off. Get rid of it and just eat these corners off. If you was machining this part, you would not do that till you're completely done. This is done. So grind them off. Rub your finger up down. You do not want that to feel like a knife. Grind them off with every grit of sandpaper you use. Trust me, you will like it. When you pick it up, it'll feel... When I picked this up, this thing was gross. Was dirty. These edges were sharp. There's the difference. We're going to take a picture just like this to show 150. Okay, on to the 220 once we're done. Okay. 220 in a crosshatch pattern, 45 degrees. I'm sure you all know what 45 degrees is. And an easy way to do this is, say I did this side first. I've showed it before. You're 45 degrees. Your top is at the right. See that? The top's at the right. If you flip this around, okay, your top's still going to be at your right. So then go the other way. You know what I mean. The sides, we're just going to sand them, whatever. We just want a nice look. I mean, it's just a tool. But it looks better. It looks like it was kind of machined. And that's the finish they wanted. It's better than straight lines. Straight line shows too many scratches. And this looks a little better. It's a cleaned up tool. There you go. We got to take a picture of this. I don't know if we did or not. We're going to take one. Okay, here's another good tip. Can you Can you see that where the edges are shiny but not in the middle? This stuff is stamped out. And what happens when they stamp it, it squishes out. It leaves a kind of U-shape, like a little groove in there. I took my little Dremel tool to clean that out. And I did check it, sorry about that. I did check it with a straight edge, and this thing's pretty straight. I'd say I've seen about 1/1000th gap whenever the light shines through, so I would not use this on a car head for a straight edge machining work, but for laying out metal, what I'm going to use it for, or wood, for a square, oh yeah, it's great. You know what I mean? Get that out of there. I use that little Dremel bit, different parts. I like them because I can do different parts. I can use the tip, I can use back around the edge, so, and go at an angle, and try to sand at an angle. See it really show up right there all of a sudden? So let's go down to where it's nice and clean. See that? I want you to see that. See that? That's with sandpaper. You're never going to get that. You want, I said, this had such sharp gout. This had some nicks in it so bad I didn't want to touch it with my fingers. We may take a Dremel diamond bit just to get some of this knocked off. We took a scraper to it, my razor blade scraper. Sorry about crashing that with one hand, but oh well, Sunday in the shop. We don't have to be good at photography. Excuses, right? That's the day we can screw up. We don't care. Oh God, he's drinking again. No, I've been drinking for years. I can imitate drunks. I've been around enough of them. Next thing you want to do is get out of there. Get it. You ever had a foreman? If you ever worked on construction, you know what I mean. You got that growly foreman with a hangover. Watch Shake Hands with Danger when the boss is down there. Move them out of the way. Sounds like Ward Bond on Wagon Train. You ever seen the show? Watch it. Or John Wayne. Move right out of there. They think they are. Some of them old guys think they're more than what they are. Drinking or non-drinking, I've done it before. I don't know, I'm old enough. I don't know, I know better. Yeah. Sure, old man. There. Now let's go. Let's clean it up. We rattle on enough. We're not going to show you every steps of the sandpaper. This is whatever the blind cute can do to get this thing look. I think I'm going to go look for my gun blowing stuff and blue this thing, because I don't need to try to polish it. So I know it's out there somewhere in my rest of my shop up on the desk. So if we can find it, that's what you're going to see. Back to work. Let's get this done. It's almost at the end of the day. Well, what do you think? This way, and I like this better than the liquid. I just do. It seems to make it blacker and it's more even. I took my Dremel rotary sand drums. I don't know where there's one at. I know you know what they look like. These, which are really rough. They make divots and valleys and weird patterns in the metal. You see that? Looks like a rough looking road. Then 100 grit and 150 grit sandpaper, acetone, and I put this on twice. I just kept rubbing it. I rubbed the first coat in with a piece of paper towel. I had my latex gloves on, and then I put another coat, and then all I did was wipe it on, put some grease on it. And I don't have no oil in here, but I improvised. Any kind of lip balm. It's got petroleum jelly in it. I don't know if this says ingredients or not. Here, let's get over here so you can look at that one. We know it does. This doesn't say anything in it. But we know it does. It's got a grease in it. It's not black, but it's a dark gray. And it's a nice contrast to that. And then you don't have to worry about it rusting. I do not want nothing like this polished. It's a tool. We used some model car spray paint and sprayed it in the lid. Painted our screws. Painted this little metal thing. Because this liner thing goes in here as a spacer. You'll see when we're done. These will not be, this won't be tight too tight, but these will be tight and tighter. This is where it pivots. We don't want to squish it so much. And this is the inside where it's pivoted all them years. So there's our crosshatch outside. Let's get it together and see what you think. I'm going to like it. It's just a square. It's a tool. We are done. This is all the further it closes. We've got that metal splice in there. You can make it shorter to close a little more, but it isn't going to do any good because look how close the bolt is. I don't know why it's made this way. I guess if you can get what? I think you get about 20 degrees. 45 degrees would be... We're just guessing now. Don't be yelling. That's not no 45 degrees. Go by the top, not the bottom of your square. We know that's 90. So you know darn good we get 45 degrees. So you could put a scribe line in here. You can put this up against the other square. When you get 45 degrees, you can scribe a line, but no. This is going to be used for welding and stuff, so we don't know what uses we'll have it for. You may want to line up something. Remember, it's not going to get stuck. The splatter. Boy, watch that, boy. Something be on there correcting it. That's a welder. It's spatter, not splatter. Makes you want to say it all the more and be defiant. With all that splatter, like out of a greasy frying pan, we're going to lock this thing at 90 degrees when we put it up. So if we grab it and use it, it's ready to go. They're nice in storing it like that. So, stay tuned. I might include a video clip of me doing something on the end of this one this week, like I've done, or just come back and say goodbye. So, I need to take a break. I'm going to find my square, something square, and square this up and tighten it up. Because you can tighten that bolt up. What's weird is, these are all kind of, this one's stuck up a little bit higher is how I can grab with the fly. Ain't that weird? Why is that one not countersunk as deep? If we go over and look at the threads, sorry about that, crashing. Did you see that? I know they're painted black. Look at the hole, look at the depth on this one. I don't know what came through there. And they're all three the same size screws. They're the same length, trust me. Okay, we'll be back with something. Okay, we're going to call it good for this episode. Give you a kind of a... And that's about 12 inches. I don't have a 12-inch ruler in here. I have a 6-inch. Maybe it's not. So maybe that's 6 inches. Let's say it's only 10-inch. And then this part right here is not quite 6, like 5 3/4. We'll round it off to 6 by each time you come out to the corner. So it's 6, like 6 by 10. But that's a nice tool. I do appreciate this given to me. It was well worth it. It is heavy. You don't think these 2 pieces of aluminum get it? It is a heavy, solid tool. I mean, think about it. It's a nice square you can stand up, like I said, for welding. So you're going to stand up something like this and keep it straight. That's nice, because you ain't going to stand up a regular square. So that's the first thing I thought was I could use this for welding. You got to stand up something on it. You know, I used to weld on them 2-foot steel flat plates and make stoves and stuff. You can stand that up and it's right there. So you're going to get a few splatter marks on there. So what? It's a tool. Yeah, we're out of here. We're gone. Thanks for watching.